When speaking of Vietnam's most notorious war, what would you think of? Regardless of your answer, most people will come up with either the Vietnam War against the Americans or the First Indochina War against the French. In this case, our next exciting historical site that I will introduce to you today is an outcome of the First Indochina War. Hoa Vang Cemetery is the home of over 1,000 heroic martyrs and has been around here for over 150 years. Hi, I'm Nguyễn Ngân Hà, just your friendly student from Khuyến Combined Middle School and High School in Cẩm Lệ District, representing Class 8-2. Today, let me be your guide for our tour at Hoa Vang Cemetery. Before we learn about the history of Hoa Vang Cemetery, let's start with a small game. Shall we? When France invaded Vietnam, which city was the first to be attacked? A. Da Nang, B. Hanoi, C. Saigon, or D. Hải Phòng? If your answer is A, then congratulations, you were correct. In September 1st, 1858, the Franco-Spanish fleet of 14 warships and 3,000 expeditionary troops, led by General Charles Rigaud de Genouilly, launched attacks on Vietnamese positions in Da Nang. To prevent the invasion, all warriors fight back bravely and forcefully. Thousands of Vietnamese soldiers sacrificed their lives throughout 19 months of fierce fighting, helping stop the French tactics. It was impossible to properly bury the men while the war was still going on. But once Da Nang's freedom was restored, the people here built burial sites for those who passed away in combats. Hoa Vang Cemetery was first built at Nghệ An village in 1866. However, during the French construction of Da Nang's airport from 1925 to 1926, locals were forced to relocate Hoa Vang Cemetery to Ba Lan Garden in Quê Trung. The airport was expanding by the French colonists in 1962. Therefore, it has been moved to its current location on Trần Thủ Độ Street, Quê Trung Ward, Cẩm Lệ District. So now that we have arrived at the destination, let us go inside. Even after so many years, Hoa Vang Cemetery still holds important relics, such as this impressive old sandstone stele. This sandstone stele has been here since the reign of King Tự Đức in the 19th century. The hand characters on it, as you can see, mean Hoa Vang Cemetery, with Hoa Vang being the former name of Hoa Vang Province. And on both sides of the stele are the two granite stone pillars. These two pillars form two opposing lines of poetry that could be translated as follows. Beneath these ancient cherished marks we seek, preserving remnants of the souls we keep. This inscription illustrates the significance of constructing Hoa Vang Cemetery, which is to honor and express gratitude towards those who sacrificed their lives for the sake of the country, while upholding and safeguarding the values and courage they represent. Behind the stele is the grave of leader Nguyễn Ân, who commanded all of the battles in Hoa Quê. The characters behind the wall, as you can see over here, indicate the noble grave of an esteemed general. So now we're at Umlin Temple. This is an ancestor worshipping temple. Inside of this, there are multiple incense tables for worshipping. And there are over 1,000 graves lying on my right side, my left side. And these are the graves from the Nguyễn dynasty's martyrs.
Miếu Bạc was a temple that was built in the 19th century. It stands on the remains of an ancient Cham temple called Hóa Quê. It's a place where people come to worship the five elements goddess, Bà Ngũ Hành, who represents the five elements in nature: metal, water, wood, fire, and earth.
In front of Miếu Bạc, it's a cham well made out of sandstone, and known locally as Hội Well. We can't determine its exact age due to the passage of time, but the locals here have always called it Hội Well, and it has been a part of the area for as long as anyone can remember. Hòa Vang Cemetery was recognized as a National Historical Site by the Ministry of Culture and Information on the 4th of January in 1999. Since then, it has significantly contributed to the education of younger generation regarding our local tradition. The saying, uống nước nhớ nguồn, or don't bite the hand that feeds you, reflects a Vietnamese tradition that we have instilled in our children from a young age. To think of the world that we're living in, isn't it so peaceful? It's because of all the blood, tears, sweat that our soldiers have to shed in order to protect our country's independence. So after we visit Hòa Vang Cemetery, we can deeply appreciate the freedom and the peace that we get to enjoy, that we're safeguarded by the ultimate sacrifices of others. When we delve deeper into our history, our love for a country naturally deepens as well. Learning the value of patriotism, it's very important. It's not just a lesson in words, it's an emotional experience that stirs a love for one's country deep within their heart. To the younger generation, I have a question for you. What does it truly mean to bear responsibilities for your nation? As you reflect on today's tour, you might have sensed the weight of duties and responsibilities towards our beloved country. Our great leader Ho Chi Minh once said, "If Vietnam's rivers and mountains achieve greatness, and if the Vietnamese nation stands shoulder to shoulder with mighty nations across the globe, it is to a significant extent owing to the education of our youth. Therefore, our most important and biggest duty is to wholeheartedly dedicate ourselves to learning and self-improvement with the ultimate goal of contributing to our nation's progress." Thank you for listening.